Hi, my name's Katie and I'm a travel agent. I specialize in Disney and theme park vacations, and today I am here at Disney's Pop Century Resort to give you a tour and take a look at everything that this resort has to offer, as well as a look at one of the rooms. Now, it is a little drizzly and rainy here at Pop Century, so please do excuse the cloudy atmosphere. It is usually much brighter and a little bit more poppy, but we are going to deal with what the weather is today. So let's take that tour.
Before we take a look at the hotel, let's talk about what perks you get for staying at this resort. This is a Disney-owned hotel on location at Walt Disney World, so you get some perks for that. You get early park entry. This gets you into each of the 4 Disney theme parks 30 minutes before standard opening time any day of your stay. This is a great perk for those who are willing to wake up early because it can really limit your time in line for some of the popular attractions. You also get access to purchasing lightning lanes at 7 days before your trip, while guests staying off-site can purchase them 3 days before your trip. If you're going to be purchasing lightning lane, this means that you are going to have a lot more access and availability to picking the most popular options. You're also getting earlier access to dining reservations. You can book your dining reservations 60 days in advance of your check-in day for the entire length of your stay, whereas off-site guests can book 60 days in advance, 1 day at a time, so you are going to have better access to reservations for dining. Additionally, you get complimentary transportation all around Walt Disney World, and you get to park for free at both the hotel and the theme parks. So if you're driving, this is a nice perk. Now let's take a look at where Pop Century Resort is located in the greater Walt Disney World. Walt Disney World is a very large property, and it is about 25 minutes from one end to the other. The Pop Century Resort is located on the southern end in what we would call the Animal Kingdom area. Taking a look at Pop Century itself, this is a garden-style hotel, which means that there is one central building, Classics Hall, right in the middle on the bottom there, and then there are lots of separate buildings with hotel rooms. They are open air hallways and garden style, and then there are 3 pools spread throughout the resort. Each section is themed to a different decade. You are going to find bus transportation pickup outside of Classics Hall at the very front of the resort, and then at the back of the resort you have the lovely Hourglass Lake, across which is the Art of Animation Resort, so you do have the option to walk across the bridge there if you would like. And halfway across the bridge is where you are going to find the Skyliner station that Pop Century shares with Art of Animation. All right, let's jump into the tour. So when you pull up to Pop Century, you're going to see the giant fun-colored signs. Then you're going to see the porte-cochere, which is where you're going to be dropped off by any airport transportation. This is also where you're going to do any ride-share, taxi pickup, anything like that. And then you see over to the left, you have where the buses pick up and drop off. You can also find right to the right of the door here the bell services, and that is where they are going to be able to check your bags if you've arrived early and your room is not ready yet, and that is a complimentary service. Now the theme here is pop culture, pop art, and it is from the decades of the 1950s to the 1990s. Each decade has a separate section, and the decor in that section on the exterior of the buildings is gonna match the decade. The interior of the rooms is the same across all of the rooms, across all of the decades. Bus transportation at this resort is gonna take you to Magic Kingdom, Animal Kingdom, Disney Springs, and the Disney water parks, Blizzard Beach and Typhoon Lagoon. If you are headed to Epcot or Hollywood Studios, you're going to take the Skyliner, which is on the other end of the hotel. The buses here are wheelchair accessible, and you can scoot your ECV and scooters on as well. Of course, you can also bring strollers, but you do have to fold up those strollers before you get on the bus. There are signs that note when the next bus is expected, and you can also find this information in your My Disney Experience app. Buses usually come about every 20 or 30 minutes for each location. Now let's hop into Classics Hall. Right through those doors is where you are going to find the lobby. You are going to find the front desk here, which is where you can check in, although I highly recommend using the mobile check-in feature in the My Disney Experience app. You can totally skip the front desk. They are also going to answer any questions you might have about the hotel or the theme parks here at the front desk. You have also got this little lounge area for kiddos playing Disney movies, especially great if you do have to wait in line at the front desk. so your kids can enjoy this area while they wait. The decor in the lobby is a lot of shadow boxes of different pop culture from different years. It's fun. It's a little outdated at this point, I guess, because the most recent thing is the 1990s, but pop culture and outdated is kind of what this resort is all about. But that is the decor that you're going to find here. There are also large restrooms located here, so if you do arrive early and you want to utilize the pool, you can change in there. There's, a mailbox. There's a Disney Vacation Club desk here if you're interested in Disney's timeshare. There's an ATM, and then you are also going to find an arcade, the food court, and a gift shop in this area. So here is a look entering Classics Hall from the rear of the building. And right to the left here is where you are going to find the arcade. And it's a really big arcade. They had all sorts of different games, all sorts of different ages that they were appealing to. There were some seating areas for adults. They even have some of those massage chairs in there for adults. So if you are looking for arcade fun, there's tons to find here at Pop Century. Back into the lobby, there's even a caricature artist here sometimes. So there's lots of fun stuff going on here at Pop Century. And we have the Everything Pop gift shop. And they have some specific Pop Century merch here, which I always love, but they also have tons of Disney merch, a lot of stuff you're going to see throughout the parks as well. And then they also have some, emergency toiletries you might have forgotten, some grab-and-go food options and stuff like peanut butter and bread, just some basics. Now, of course, you're going to pay a lot more here for those sorts of toiletries and basics, so you want to pack them. But if you forgot something, they have you covered. They were doing a little bit of construction here between the food court and the store. It's also that giant tarp is, but it's usually open to the food court on that other side. And then there is a door out to the bus area as well. Right past the gift shop, we have the Everything Pop food court. This is the main dining option at this resort. It's really the only dining option. There is Petal's Pool Bar out by the pool, but this is where you're going to find all of your food. There are several stations where you can order your food, and then there are also some grab and go options. You're going to gather everything you want from all the different stations and then pay at one location. And then there is ample seating both inside and a little bit outside, or you're welcome to take things back to your room. They have to-go containers as an option as well. As far as menu for breakfast, they have things like Mickey waffles, pancakes, omelets, veggie quesadillas, sausages, bacon, all of your breakfast staples. And for lunch and dinner, they have a variety of pizza, pasta, burgers, sandwiches, salads. And all day they have these fridges stocked with all sorts of items, including whole fruit, sandwiches, pre-made salads, snack trays, lots of pastries and desserts and all sorts of things like that. The tie-dye cheesecake is Pop Century's signature dessert. So there are lots and lots of food options. I don't think anybody's going to go hungry. If you have concerns about allergies, Disney is very good at handling those in a food court situation like this. You can look at the allergy menu on the app, and you also have the option to speak with a chef. They will come out, tell you what they can do for you. Sometimes it's even additional things that aren't on the menu. They are absolute pros at handling special dietary needs and allergies. And there's always plant-based vegan options on all menus. There is mobile order here, so you can order your food on the go on the My Disney Experience app, a great way to save time waiting in line if you know what you want. And the resort does offer refillable mugs. You purchase the mug for one price, and then you can refill it as many times as you want at a Disney resort, not at the parks. Those refills are included. You have coffee, tea, soda, and any sort of fountain drinks that you can use in that. Exiting out the back of Centennial Hall, we have the center of the resort. This is where you're going to find Petal's Pool Bar, which is a full-service bar, as well as a few light snacks. There's some outdoor seating here, and this is where you're going to find the main and largest pool at the hotel here in the 60s section. So this is a tough shot of the pool. It was raining and closed, so this is not its full glory, but it was a large pool. You have life jackets available for use here. You have the assisted lift into the pool. There are tons of pool chairs. There's not a lot of shade. It's very open. There are a few umbrellas here and there. And there are some flower power sprinklers that are shooting into the pool for a little bit of a fun element. And as the main pool, this is where you're going to find a lot of the activities that go on throughout the resort. Sometimes they'll have things like trivia or some pool games. Movies Under the Stars is going to be done near this area where they play a Disney movie at night, and that usually on a lawn on a big inflatable screen. Then there are some paid activities like tie-dye shirts and lots of fun stuff, and it changes up, so it could be different things when you're actually staying. And while we're talking about resort activities, I will note that there is no fitness center here at Pop Century. There are no fitness centers at any value level resorts on Disney property, but there is a running track or a walking path that you can take around the resort, around the lake, and you can even walk over to Art of Animation and walk around that. So if you're just trying to get your steps in, get your miles in, there's plenty of outdoor space to do that. By the pools is where you're going to find the paid laundry facilities, so that is a nice perk if you need that. And you can also access bell services from this side of Centennial Hall as well. Moving past the 60s section, we have the 1950s with their giant bowling pins, and it's fun how they have like pop sayings and dance moves from each decade in each section, as long as giant, larger-than-life icons, many of them Disney related, from the decades. And there is another pool over in this section. This one is the bowling pin pool, and it is shaped like a bowling pin, so that's another great pool option for you right here in the 50s section. Now turning around, we're going to go back through the 1960s, and on the edge of the 60s leading into the 70s here, we do have this fun little fire pit area where they do roast marshmallows in the evenings. And then we are going into the 1970s. Again, we have the larger-than-life icons. There is even a small playground here in the 70s section. Lots of landscaping and trees all throughout the resort. I would say it takes about 15 minutes to walk the entire length of the property, and for most rooms you're looking at least a 5-minute walk to the main building, a little bit more from some of the further away ones. You can choose to upgrade to a room that is in a preferred location closer to the main building. There are so many cute photo opportunities throughout this resort with all of the icons, and here's a look at the walkway around the lake. This goes all the way around Hourglass Lake, and it has a timeline with different facts about each year. So if you were born in the 50s to the 90s, maybe find your birth year, that's fun. And again, some more cute Mr. and Mrs. Potato Heads, so many fun things to take pictures with. So then in the 80s section, we have a giant Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and we have another pool. This is the computer pool. It's sort of, I guess, between the 80s and the 90s section. That blue building is the 90s section, which is the smallest part of the resort. And then here we are at the 80s section with the giant Rubik's Cube, and I like how the stairwells are inside of the Rubik's Cube, so that is fun. And as you've been able to see throughout, all of these buildings are garden style with open area hallways, which means any window in your room is facing out into the open hallway. And that is all of the rooms at this resort. Let's talk buses. There is bus service to Magic Kingdom, Animal Kingdom, Disney Springs, and the Disney water parks. Those buses are coming every 15 to 20 minutes. Pop Century does not share buses. It is just Pop Century guests using this transportation, which means that there's only one stop at the front of the hotel, and you are not having to make a second stop at a different resort. And unlike some other larger resorts, this hotel only has one stop. There's not an internal bus loop, so you just to get off at the Pop Century stop and walk to your room. If you are taking Mears Connect, the additional cost MCO Airport Transfer Shuttle, you're going to pick that up right in front of the hotel in the main porte-cochere area. Some other shuttles may pick up in this location as well. That's also where you're going to do ride share, taxi pickup, anything like that. Now let's talk about the Skyliner. You're going to pick up the Skyliner in the middle of Hourglass Lake on the Generation Gap Bridge, and that Skyliner station is going to be shared by Art of Animation and Pop Century. The Skyliner is a gondola system. Think of sort of an enclosed ski lift. And this system is constantly moving. The cars get into the station, they move very slowly. The doors will open and you'll be directed by a cast member to just walk right onto your assigned car. Depending on the size of your group and how busy it is, you may or may not be seated with other guests that you don't know in your same pod. I think that the Skyliner is really efficient and really fun. It's almost like a ride in and of itself. If you're scared of heights, you might want to think about not using the Skyliner. Obviously, just think about how your personal fear of heights might factor into this. But there are times where you're over water, you're over roads, you're over hotels, and you are pretty high up there. You're not moving particularly fast. And it's not like, even in the wind, I did not find that the car swung a ton while you're moving. But it does, there's some movement there. So that's something to think about. And if you do have any concerns about using the Skyliner, know that you need to stay at a resort that does not have the Skyliner, because Skyliner resorts do not run buses to Epcot and Hollywood Studios, which is where the Skyliner can take you. All right, so I just wanted to cover that for our height-averse friends. But I love the Skyliner. It is so much more comfortable, calm, efficient than a bus. I don't have a problem with buses, but the Skyliner is superior. I actually like the Skyliner better than I like the monorail. Now that we know how the Skyliner works, let's take a look at where it can take you. Pop Century and Art of Animation is the end of the line on one end. You will then go to Caribbean Beach Resort, where you will switch cars, and you can either go onto the Hollywood Studios line, which will take you straight to Hollywood Studios, or you can go onto the Epcot line, which will take you to Riviera Resort, and then to Epcot. You do not have to change lines again at Riviera. The car will stop. If you're getting off at Riviera, you can get off. If not, it will just continue on to Epcot. You will enter Epcot through the International Gateway, which is the back of Epcot in World Showcase, so the opposite side where buses or the monorail drop off to let guests into Epcot. Also, this area is right next to Disney's Boardwalk, which has several resorts and a lot of dining options. So being on the Skyliner line really lets you have access to even more dining. So while you're staying at Pop Century and there's just the food court, you can easily hop on the Skyliner and utilize the dining at multiple other resorts. If you're traveling with a single wide stroller, you can roll it right onto that Skyliner gondola, which is a huge perk. You gotta fold it up if you're getting on the bus or the boat. If you have a double wide one, you are gonna have to fold it up. If you are traveling with a wheelchair or an ECV scooter, you are going to go into a separate line at the Skyliner loading area where the cars actually come to a complete stop. You're gonna roll right in. They are going to put some wheel brakes behind your wheels just so that there's no rolling while you're on the Skyliner. And then you are going to do the opposite when you're wheeling out. Cast members are there to assist. It was a quick process to learn, and I think that this is a lot easier than getting a scooter onto a bus. So if you're traveling with a single wide stroller or a wheelchair or scooter, I think staying at a Skyliner resort is a huge perk and something to heavily consider in your hotel choice. All of the rooms on the interior are exactly the same at Pop Century Resort. The only difference in room type is location. You can get a pool room, which is going to be closer to the pool, or you could get a preferred location room, which is going to be close to the central building. All right, let's start the room tour. So this is a standard room here at Pop Century. This room sleeps 4 people, plus you can have an additional child under the age of 3. And you can request a pack and play or crib for that child as well. So here's a quick overview. Now all of the rooms here at Pop Century are going to be the same. Let's start with the door. We've got the peephole, we've got the deadlock, we've got our little room occupied sign over here, super cute Peter Pan. Got lock here. Of course, you've got all of your evacuation instructions, all that. We have the master wall switch. And then here we've got a cubby. And we have plugs, including USB ports. There are USB ports all through this room. We have a Hey Disney, which is in every Disney hotel room. Hey Disney. Oh, okay, I have to start it. I'll start it later. And then pivoting, we have the Murphy bed, which is also a table with 2 chairs during the day. And then scooting over here, we have another little end table, wall switches for the sconces over here. You've got your phone, you've got some using the phone instructions, we've got a cubby, and lots of under the bed storage for your luggage.
We have got your primary queen bed here, lots of pillows, really cute Mickey pop art, I like that. And then you've got the same cubby USB wall switch over here. So you have your general sleeping area. You've got your smart TV that's gonna welcome you. The TV has all this information for you. It's super cute. You've got park hours, hotel information. You can connect your device to stream. They have some Disney programs you can watch on demand, so lots of fun stuff. Back over here, we've got our window. Unless you have a pool view, you're probably not really gonna have much to look at. This is a parking lot, which is totally fine. There are exterior hallways here at Pop Century, just like almost all of the value resorts at Disney World. We've got our day curtains. We've got our blackout curtains. And pivot over here, we've got our thermostat adjustable. And you've got some more shelving here. I like how much storage is happening here. You have your beverage cooler. Here's the legal information about the beverage cooler. Not technically a mini fridge, but I think as long as you're not storing like raw meat in there, you're probably fine. We have this drawer here. We have got our little Cuisinart, which is the brew basket kind. This is a 2-cup one. We've got Earl Grey and green tea. All your basic stuff. You've got your Joffrey's coffee, which is the official coffee of Walt Disney World. You've got some cups, ice bucket. So that's great. And then you've got trash can recycling. And here we have even more plugs. So many plugs, you can charge all of your things. We've got 3 drawers. You've got some space under the credenza there to store stuff. We have some shelf space in here, a safe. You're easily fit lots of laptops and iPads in there. Close this up. Then we have the TV, which is really fun that it welcomes you, and it will have all sorts of information about Disney World and the channel all about Walt Disney World. Then you've got your take-along guide to the magic, which, you know, has all sorts of info for you. And then here's information on housekeeping. Right now we're doing every other day housekeeping here at Pop Century. Of course, you can call if you need something. Then we have a space here, store some of your bags. We've got hooks on the wall. We love hooks on the wall. And then we have the bathroom. You've got this giant sliding door. I don't know why, all hotels love a barn door. I don't personally love a barn door. But I do know that some people who are sleeping a young child in rooms like this do like these barn doors because they completely block out light, and you could put a plaque and play in there if someone's taking a nap, so that is an option. I, who am not traveling with small children, find them annoying, but it's fine. But so you can separate this from the main area. All right, into the bathroom. So we have the closest thing to a closet in here. We've got this little mini closet, ironing board, shelf space. Got another hook over here. We've got some more storage down here. We've got one sink, some bath soap. We do have the like crazy zoom in makeup mirror. That is nice to have. This is a big mirror. We've got tissues. There's no full length mirror in here. So if that's super important to you, that is not in here. We've got the hair dryer and the iron. That is great. Washcloths, towels, all that. And then we pivot. There is a pull pocket door here, and it does lock. So you've got the locking pocket door to separate the two spaces, so you can have two people getting ready at the same time there if you want some separation. We have the commode, we have towels, we have a hook, and then the shower has the sliding glass doors.
There we go. And we have the tub with shower. And it's a nice shower. We've got some products here, shampoo, conditioner, body wash. All right, and then it's a nice shower. We've got the dual shower head there, detachable, and we've got the clothesline option for drying your bathing suits and everything. Nice little bathroom. And then we go back out to the room. One of the great features of this room is that you have the Murphy bed, so you can have a lot of floor space during the day, and if you're sleeping more than 2 people or you want 2 separate beds, you can pull this bed down and you have another queen. And it's very easy. You legitimately can do it one-handed. I just moved the chairs that were here earlier when I was going down. And there you go. I would say this is like a little bit less comfortable than that bed, but they're very comparable. I think that the Murphy beds across Walt Disney World are a great addition to the rooms and that they are very comfortable. I myself have slept on several of them. And they give you a bunch of pillows on the other bed, put them over here on this bed. You've got this light here that goes on and off. Super cute, Pop, Pluto, dreaming there. And it's just as easy to put back up, so you can do it up and down throughout your stay. So let's put it back up. And to be fair to the sheets, I've done this a couple times, and it didn't look like that the first 2 times. So you're just gonna tuck the sheets in a little bit better. So you do have this Hey Disney in each room. This is new. This is something that's in every Disney hotel room, and it's basically an Amazon Alexa, but it's cuter and more fun. And it can tell you stuff about Disney World, and it can tell you jokes and stuff like that. And when you come into the room, it does start muted, so it's not listening to you. You can see you can unplug it right here. So if you don't like this, unplug it. But if you do like it, here you go. So let's hit start.
Hi, I'm Margaret, and I'm excited to introduce you to our...
So the Hey Disney ran me through a whole welcome situation, and now it's here to help me. Hey Disney, what are the park hours today?
Sure. Tell me the place so I can find its hours of operation. Today, early entry at Disney's Animal Kingdom theme park starts at 7:30 a.m. with regular park hours from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Will there be anything else?
Hey Disney, tell me a joke.
What did Cinderella say when the prince arrived with the glass slipper?
I don't know.
The shoe must go on.
Hey Disney, what can you do?
Hi there. I hope I can make today more magical. Just say or tap, get things from my room. Send a cast member. Plan my day. Explore Disney Fun. Or try more things. Explore Disney Fun. This is gonna be awesome. To unlock the fun. Which world do you want to explore? Tell me to play the Frozen soundscape or play the Lion King sound. Good call. Haunted Mansion is a great choice. Here it comes. And if you need to close the soundscape, just say, "Hey Disney, stop." Okay, and I know this'll get exciting, but please have just one player answer at a time. Here we go. Moana discovers a place where ancient boats have been hidden for centuries. Where were they? A. In a secret bay. B. On top of a mountain. C. In a cave.
C, in a cave.
Must have been some magic dust in my ears. I didn't get that.
C.
Correct.
All right, and that is Disney's Pop Century Resort. We did it. We toured the whole thing. After my stay here, and this was my second time staying at this resort, I really enjoy it. Now, I think you have to set your expectations that this is a value level resort, and so it's a more budget experience. The food here is fine. I think the food is the biggest con here, at least for me. I like having more food options at a little bit of a higher level than the food court that's here. I don't think this is one of the strongest food courts on Disney property, but it's fine and it's going to get the job done, especially if you're mostly going to be eating in the parks. I think that the Skyliner here is a huge perk. Huge perk. Love the Skyliner. I think that the theming here is really fun and bright, and it feels very peppy to me. It feels very Disney and fun. However, the decade theming is maybe not as Disney as Art of Animation is, or even All-Star Movies Resort, where everything is Disney. It's not like a giant yo-yo. I would absolutely stay here again on a trip where I'm prioritizing park time over resort time, or when budget is my top priority. I'm happy to stay here. So let's talk about what guests I think should stay here. Again, if you're budget focused, I think this is a great option for you, especially because it comes with that Skyliner at a budget price. However, set your expectations that it is a budget level resort. Don't expect luxury at a budget price. Those traveling with strollers or scooters, or people who want to minimize bus time for whatever reason, I think that the Skyliner makes it very easy to scoot around with your strollers, your scooters, your wheelchairs. Or if you just like really hate bus time, you're cutting your bus time probably at least in half being able to use the Skyliner to 2 parks. If you're traveling with young kids, I think that the larger than life figures are a lot of fun here. I think that the grounds give a lot of space to just kind of like run some wiggles out, if you will, for kids. I think that all the value resorts are really fun theming wise for young kids. And then the other group of people that I would say should stay here are anyone who's a really big fan of the retro theming and retro vibes in general. And then who should not stay here? I think luxury travelers, people looking for more dining, more amenities, more luxury. This is not your hotel. I would not stay here. Disney has lots of hotels that will appeal to you. If you're a family of 5 or more, this is not probably your best fit because you can sleep a max of 4 in these rooms. If you want something that is a suite with a kitchen, this is not your hotel. Other Disney hotels have that. And if you want access to those extended evening hours only available at deluxe hotels, I would not stay here.
And that is Disney's Pop Century Resort. I hope you found this informative. If you would like to stay at Disney's Pop Century Resort, I would love to work with you as a travel agent. Contact me on the information on your screen. Please like and subscribe if you found this video helpful. And I hope you have a magical vacation, and I hope it stops raining.